Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Chattahoochee in Florida. Hope you've all had a super fantastic sparkling day. It's been a very interesting day here. We went out this morning as normal on our first day in a new location. After a day of travel, we lazed a little bit and then we got up and got moving and went out to the dog park, and there was this beautiful dog there. I don't know what breed it was. It looks like it might have had a bit of pit in it, but beautiful dog, great personality. Loved the white and brown markings on him. His name was Odin, and he was bigger than Zephy. And if you've looked at my Facebook page today, what's going on with my hair there? Little tufts. I think I need a haircut. It's going to be a while before that happens. Anyway, if you go and look at my Facebook page, you'll see pictures of Zephy and Odin playing. They ran around together. They got on like a house on fire. They were chasing each other. They were wrestling. They were bowling each other over. They were just having so much fun. And her owner and I stood there, and she is another female who is traveling by herself in RV full-time as well. So we got talking about some of the things, and she's only been there doing it since November of last year. And she's looking to make connections with other solo female travelers, full-time RVers as well. So we swapped contact information, and gave her a couple of resources, and so we had a great conversation about that while we're watching our dogs have a blast. And that really big dog park got a good use to this morning with those two dogs. They were running like crazy. We're there about an hour. Oh, I just realized what the time was. Huh. I am so sorry. I'm on a whole hour early. Oh well, I'm sorry. I was doing miscalculations in my head. I can't even remember. I'm only just 6 miles inside 6 miles inside the Eastern time zone. I thought I was still on Central time. I was like, damn, I'm going to be late. And I'm just looking at my laptop and it says 4 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, I'm a whole hour early. I apologize. I'm sorry. It's been a crazy day. So after about an hour of the dogs playing, we walked back together, dropped them off at their Airstream, and came on into Sparkles. And Zephy she didn't even wait for me to get inside. She just pulled in. I just let go of the leash, and she went straight over to a water bowl and had a huge drink of water, and then turns around and ate like crazy. And then when she was done, then she'd let me take her harness and her leash off. And then she gets up on the couch there, and she's looking out the window over at Michelle and Odin's Airstream and whining. She's sitting there just looking at them for 10 minutes. She sat there and whined because she wanted to go over. She was missing her friend Odin already. So she has a new BDF, best dog friend, and the two of them got on great. And we'd already arranged, and I looked at my schedule and said, well, I've got a call here, a call here. I don't have anything on at this time. And then I got another call, and da-da-da-da. So I said, I'll probably go over about 4 o'clock. So they came over a little later on after 4, and we had 5 dogs in there at one time, just all running around and everything else. And then Odin and Zephy, because when I first got there was nobody there. And so Zephy kind of like walks the perimeter, and it's a large perimeter too. She's just like strolling along, sniffing, stopping every now and again to do her business as she goes around the whole perimeter. Then she finds a stick to chew on, and so I'm trying to get the stick off her and throw it because she had no interest in the Frisbee. And then Michelle texted me and says, oh, you down there? And I says, yeah. So she said, well, I'm coming down now. And so while she was on her way, 2 other dogs showed up. And Zephy was trying to engage them, and one of them engaged a little bit, and then Michelle showed up with Odin, and the 2 of them started trying to engage the other dogs. And so it's kind of funny because we had like 4 dogs, and then another dog turns up, so we had 5 dogs, and there was more than enough room in this park. This park is massive. I was looking at it again today, and I thought, it's probably about the same size as what we had in Tucson. It might be a little bigger, but it wouldn't be much bigger. So yeah, kind of around the same size. So nice big areas where the dogs could all go running around and all that. So then my phone started beeping with me telling me, you got an appointment in 30 minutes. And And so I think it was another 10 minutes before we finally left. So we were over there for a total of 40 minutes and with Odin 20 minutes. And Odin's got one of his legs he's limping on, but she can't figure out why. So she thinks he may have pulled a muscle. He wasn't limping as bad when he came back this evening, but by the time they left, he was limping badly again. So she's probably going to try and rest him for a couple of days. I just looked at her and went, good luck with that. You can imagine trying to get Zephy to rest for a couple of days? Yeah, not going to happen. That dog has way too much energy at times, which is good because it forces me to go out and walk. And so we walked back again, talked for a little bit, and then came back in and to get onto my next call that I had to be on. And but the rest of the day I have been spent fielding a ton of calls about the coronavirus. And because I have a group leaving on Monday on Royal Caribbean, they just announced their new temporary cancellation policy. So I was fielding a lot of questions about that. One of the webinars I was on was to learn more about what Royal Caribbean is doing with their new temporary thing and ask some clarifying questions so I could get them back to the clients. And now I've got this list of people I have to go cancel because they decided they weren't going to risk it and go on the cruise. And that's fine. That's their decision to make. I have opinions about that, but I'm not going to go there. I'll be happy to talk offline with people about that. But my thing is, check the fact. Look at the numbers. Okay, look at the numbers. There's around 320 cruise ships sailing in the world, just ocean. It's about roughly around 880,000 people. Look at the numbers. I always find it interesting that the media always picks up on cruise ships. Why is that? It's like when a norovirus breaks out on a cruise ship, it's all over the news about it. Yet you don't hear about yet if you go to the CDC and have a look at the numbers, cruise ships are less than 4%. Let me say that again. Cruise ships are less than 4% of all reported norovirus outbreaks. 65% are your nursing homes, your long-term medical cares, and schools are number 2. Yet we hear nothing about the norovirus breakouts in any medical facilities, any nursing homes, all that. It's always the cruise ships, and people are terrified of going on cruises because of the norovirus. Yet I have to politely tell them that all reported cases reported cases of norovirus on cruise ships count for less than 4%. So the chances of getting the norovirus are very slim. So look at the numbers, do the analysis, get rid of the media hype. Get rid of the media hype. Go directly to the sources. What are the World Health Organization reporting? What's the CDC reporting? Even Harvard and Johns Hopkins have done reports on the coronavirus. It is easier for you to catch the more common strains of flu than it is for you to catch the coronavirus, according to reports that have been put out. So go find the resources. Don't look at what just the media is saying. Go do your own research. I've had some people who are on the cruise going on Monday have turned around and said, "Screw it, we're going. We don't, we're not scared off by what the media is saying." And they said, we're going to send pictures to all of those who didn't go on the cruise just to show them what a great time they missed. And I was like, I love these people. That's me. If I was getting on a cruise next week, I wouldn't let it stop me. Personally, no, because I've looked at the numbers. I look at the numbers. I look at what ships have been quarantined. Why have they been quarantined? And then I go and I research. And, if you've got a ship that's going in and out of Florida and it's just going to one destination the whole time, there's very little chance. I mean, somebody's going to be walking it on the ship. Very little chance of that happening. You should see the screening measures they have in place. They even now take your temperature as you walk on the ship. Before you embark on the ship, they're taking temperatures now. And if you get above normal, you're off to the second screening area. It's like, you go over there. So, look at the numbers. Take away the media hype. In fact, I had one guy say to me this was hilarious. I had one guy say to me the other day, he says, man, the media, he says, it's an election year. He said, the news must be really, really slow if they're slamming this virus thing. And it's just like, I love this guy. I was like, he's probably right, and it's an election year. That's what he couldn't get over, it's an election year. Usually in an election year, there's election stuff all over the place and it's being talked about like crazy everywhere. Yet you're hearing very little of that and a whole bunch about a virus that, yeah. So, interesting fact. Look at that. In fact, I've kind of thought back and, that would be about right. So I like that. I like that guy's comment. It must be, even though he says it's an election year, the news can't be that slow for it to worry about some little virus thing. So I love these people. I seriously do. So anyway, so I've been spending the day dealing with people wanting to cancel their cruises, wanting to change cruises. And what else have they been doing? Oh yeah, and fielding a whole bunch of questions about the new temporary cancellation thing that Royal Caribbean's brought in. Which basically gave the group that have been trying to find a reason to cancel their reasons to cancel. So some people are like that. They're just sort of like, they hear about this, they don't want to go, they want nothing to do with it, which is fine. That's their decision. But, you know, things happen. Things pass. And I'm saying, like, look at SARS. Look at, was it the bird flu, the swine flu, whatever animal flu they've had, Zika, what some of the other ones they've had, the Ebola. Look at all of those and how the news reports have done them over the past few years and what's happened with those. Look at the numbers of those. And, you know, the media's basically going, oh, we're all going to die, we're all going to die. Yet we're all still here and we're all still traveling. Yes, love it. Love proving the media wrong. Anyway, that's me off my soapbox now. I'm going to go have a super fantastic sparkling evening and get some more work done because tomorrow is a travel day. Where am I going tomorrow? I don't know. Hang on. Let's see. I know I'm driving tomorrow, and I'm driving about another 160 miles, I think it is. Hang on. Going into my program here where I've got all of my little dots across the country. Let's see. Tomorrow we are heading. I got 169 miles to go tomorrow, so 9 miles more than I did on this trip to get here. It doesn't tell me what town it's in. Let's see if this will tell me. Well, I don't know what the hell that. Okay, for some reason it thinks I'm going to Miami tomorrow, which ain't happening. I'm going to have to go figure out why it's got me going to Miami tomorrow. Which is really weird because it looks like it's got me going from the camp. Yeah, it's got me, for some reason, the GPS on my phone is a little screwed up right now. It has me going from where I am going tomorrow to Miami. I have no reservations in Miami. Maybe it thinks I'm in Miami going to where I'm going to tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm going to Alachua, just north of, what's that big thing? North of Gainesville. It's on the 75. So I'm going down the 75 tomorrow, apparently. Actually, see which. So I had the start button to see where it was starting me, and it's taking me to where I am right now. But the map shows me going from Miami up to where I'm going tomorrow. Yet when I said start, now it's got me driving 327 miles to Miami. Isn't that crazy? That's just wild. That is totally wild. Or maybe in Miami they also have. No, it's still got 169 miles there. Huh. That's interesting. Apparently I'm traveling 327 miles according to my GPS tomorrow to go down to Miami. Maybe it's because they have the same name of the campground. But one part says 169 miles, another one says 327. Who knows? So I have no clue where I'm going to end up tomorrow. We shall have to wait and see. But Alachua, I think that's where I'm supposed to be going. We've got a mystery tour tomorrow. Oh, that's going to be good. Zephy. No, she's out. She's had 2 really good run-rounds today. So there was an hour this morning with Odin, and then she had 20 minutes in the park before Odin showed up, and then 20 minutes of playtime with Odin and the other dogs. She is done. She's like, as soon as she got back here again, it was straight over to the water bowl, drunk about half, and ate whatever was left in her food bowl. So she's probably going to get a little hungry again later, which is fine because she's only had 1 cup again today so far. But yeah. So tomorrow we're on the road to, we don't know where. We've got a mystery tour tomorrow. We do have a campground. It's just depending, I guess, which one the GPS is going to decide to take us to. That will be interesting. Yeah, I have to go figure out why that one's gone all weird on me. Maybe I'll just restart the phone. That sometimes clears it. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got to go do some cancellations for some cruises. So I hate doing cancels for cruises. It bums me out that people get to miss out on a fun time. That just bums me. But it's all okay because I know that they will get together at a later date and go and have a super fantastic sparkling cruise together. They'll get to celebrate what they were going to go on this cruise to celebrate eventually. It just won't be at the time they wanted to do it. So it sounds like they're all going to defer to a later date and then book and go then. So we'll have to keep working with them and let them know when all of this calms down, because this too shall pass. Like every other one that's come before it, it too shall pass. It's just, I got to stay off the news, because every time I hear of something, I go and research it, and it just bums me out again. So gotta go change the mindset. So I'm gonna go change the mindset and find a positive way to cancel these cruises. So as I'm canceling these cruises, I have to think of something positive to come up with. Yeah, I'm gonna go work on that. So if you've got to do something, so this is something I learned from the Power. Like if you hate paying bills, you don't sit there going, oh, I hate paying bills, because then that's a negative towards money. So you could write on the bill things like, I am thankful for the service this company provides me. Be grateful for it. So now I'm going to have to go, and so I'm going to apply the same thing to as I'm canceling the cruises, that I'm grateful that these clients have trusted me with this cruise. I don't know. I'm going to think of something before I start canceling, because I want it to end on a positive note. So I'm going to go and go send them a card too. Yeah. I'm going to go put my thinking cap on for a few minutes. Maybe I'll have dinner, fire up the brain, figure it out. And I'll worry about the phone thing. I'll worry about the GPS tomorrow. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling evening. I am out of here. I will see you tomorrow night from wherever it is that I'm going tomorrow. Since I don't know and my GPS doesn't know, we shall see. So it's a magic mystery tour tomorrow. Until then, heck on out. Oh, and have a super fantastic sparkling evening.